I can't believe you didn't like that kickoff.
Well,
I liked it.
Just
Hey, guys,
not
if you
exciting.
really
Wasn't
wanna
worth
waste
my
your
time.
look
Are you
how
kidding me?
it's kickoff.
Unbelievable.
Hey, dude, be happy. You're more excited. You're more excitable than I am. That's a good thing. It takes a lot less to make you happy. Enjoy it.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cigar City Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, as always, number 11 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts, Mr. Nello.
I don't even know how to get up after that. What's going on here?
Clay, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
Right on. Mr. Ryan, back with us.
Yep, my AIDS is all cleared up and I'm ready to go. Got that Magic Johnson treatment.
But he looks sad. I wonder why he's
hold
sad.
on. We got to give Ryan his time. We set him up last week. We got to let him go to talk about the 600 jersey for Tom Brady. He said he had a lot to say. He was really upset that he couldn't call in. He wanted to have his time in the sun, and now here it is. I hope you wrote
guys actually
something
talk
down.
about it, or
Yeah, we talked a lot about it.
Oh, yeah, we did.
and what were your takes on it?
So you didn't
Think you got
listen.
screwed?
That's good to know.
Haven't
When you're
yet.
when
Wait
you're
a
not
minute,
when you're
man.
not
You
here,
can't-
you don't even listen.
You can't admit to not listening.
And we're not
Hey, if
going to
Man.
recap it for everybody that heard it last week.
If I can't
Cheese
call
and
in,
rice.
The millions of people that heard it last week.
I
Besides
listen to
you.
every episode and takes notes.
no, really.
That's
Well,
why we're
So
only.
we know where the level of dedication is for Ryan on
there
this
it
one.
is.
Oh boy, wild week in football, man. I feel like I got beat up and I won something all in 1 week. I mean, I really did get beat up, but it, in the pro football spectrum. But in college, nobody played. But in fantasy,
Oh boy.
I don't want to talk about that.
I know, but we are going to later. Don't worry, I took notes. So, man, today, as we're recording this, so yesterday for you, is the trade deadline. I really thought we were going to see Mr. Deshaun Watson get dealt.
Really?
Yeah. Miami's desperate enough, and I realized they have a lot of blockbuster trades together. So,
They do.
I mean,
The Tunzel
I thought
trade.
for sure, because at this point, the Texans have nothing to win here. And, I mean, I get it. I get why it happened, why nobody wanted to take him because of all the legal stuff. But at the same time,
That and his price was way too high.
well, the Texans, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, is like, what do you think they were asking for?
Well, we
I
don't
heard it
know
was
the actual
originally
price,
like
though.
3 first-round picks or something like that, and then or up to 5 picks that they wanted.
The original ask was ridiculous.
Yeah,
like it was a joke. But they do that and then they work with it. Just for it to have been a topic of discussion as much as it has been, there must have been genuine back and forth going on.
With some people, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure Miami was interested, and then 22 chicks came out of the woodworks and were like, "Yo,
By the way,
This
I
guy
was
here.
massaging him, and he made me touch it from the back.
I actually think I think it's a different take, though. I really do. I think that it was actually the fact that the Dolphins don't have a first rounder next year. If you trade Watson there, right, and you want the next year's first rounder,
Yeah.
they don't have it.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
The Eagles have
Well,
that.
plus you
So, like-
trade Watson there, and perhaps he is expelled from the league before next season starts.
exactly."
You don't get back what you gave up because he got expelled.
If
Right.
the Dolphins had
You know?
next year's first rounder, I bet you the deal would have been done. Because I don't think they would have gotten 5 or 3 picks. I think it would have taken a first and a second. The way this trade market's going. And if they would have had next year's first, which is going to be top 5 the way they're playing, they would have pulled the trigger. Because when are they going to get a top 5 pick? Because
Yeah.
if Watson goes there and he gets a whole year to play with that team, and that team isn't that bad. You still have Jalen Water. You have Gesicki. You still have weapons. It's not that bad of a team.
Yeah, but you
That
forget-
first rounder wouldn't have been as valuable. And I think the bullshit of the owner of the Dolphins owner saying, "Oh, well, it's too many legal ramifications," that may be the case. But at the end of the day, I don't think they came up with a deal.
So if you're the owner,
No, it's definitely the legal ramifications. Why would you
think
go
so,
and
too.
take somebody who's not going to play, bro? He's not going to make it out. There's no way he gets past those 22 allegations. No way at all.
so as of
Some
right
of them,
now,
had you even said in the past episodes, some of them were taken away because were money grabs.
Some, not all.
Some, not all.
We're
when
still assuming guilty before he's even proven.
When there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah. So at that one, I think that's why he was going to try. I was going to say, if you're a Dolphins owner right now, yes or no on Watson?
Absolutely no.
I'd say no.
I'm saying no as well.
Are we talking football? We're not talking personal. We're talking football.
No, we're talking the entire Deshaun Watson situation. Will you wake the fuck up?
Well,
we know he's talented.
I took Michael Vick. I took Michael Vick.
Well, no,
I think I would.
Yeah, but
with
Vic,
football though, we're only talking football.
No.
With where it's at now. No, we're talking about taking him on as a player.
Right, I get the risk of him not playing.
I wouldn't give up anything because I really think because of the legal ramifications, which is why I'm saying the fact it was a topic of discussion for so long, they were having talks. Why?
Yeah,
this legal thing's been known.
Well,
and we know how bad it's been.
I think they were waiting
now.
for a big settlement or something to happen in the courts to where this would go away. But I agree with you. And if it did go away or at least get settled, then I think Miami is much more willing to make the move. We're not talking the talent of Deshaun Watson here. We're not. As far as the trade goes for just him as a player in football, obviously the Dolphins are going to pull the trigger on it. They want Deshaun Watson, but you can't ignore all the legal stuff that's going on with him.
Because when he first wanted to be traded, there was only like a couple of allegations, and then there was 10 allegations.
22, yeah.
And now there's 22.
Right, but 22 of them, some of them have been proved that were cash grabs. I'm not saying... But I'm just saying there have been people who have skated, sports stars and stars in general, who skated from far worse.
His lawyers will get a lot of their testimony thrown out and then basically DQ'd and paid off in small amounts. But you have to have every one of those women either knocked down in court or take a settlement, and part of that settlement is they never speak on it.
Yeah.
And here's the problem with
the NDA would happen.
If they don't take the settlement, they could make so much money speaking on it. That's now no longer a thing. Hey, we'll give you $500,000
to be quiet.
I'll make $500,000 over the course of time and make really good money doing speaking.
You have to prove the story is real. Otherwise, the story doesn't matter.
You can go
and get that.
You can go and tell your side of it on an interview on ABC. 60 Minutes, you can tell your full story. Netflix just did a documentary on the R. Kelly women. There was a television show. I mean, you could do that all day, and they pay well.
Starring Macaulay Culkin as R. Kelly.
22 women, you ain't settling with all of them.
No. And that's the thing. Even if a couple of them come out as bullshit, it doesn't matter, because as long as one is legitimate, 1 out of 22, it's a big deal. Anyway, let's talk college football, shall we? Whoa. Penn State coming in big.
Does James Franklin need help moving to USC or LSU or wherever he wants to go?
Back up the right van and help him out?
I will back up whatever van he wants. Man, I'll even go rent a Ferrari. We'll take it one box at a time if we have to.
Hey, here's one for the Gators out there. How do you feel as Gator fans that you are going to have four losses on your record at this point? That's question one. Question two.
Feels like someone already said that they were going to do that.
Yeah, 2 people on the show did say that.
Question two. How does it feel that even though it's a crazy thing for you to have been voted to have 4 losses and then it actually happened, that it doesn't matter because Penn State will still have more losses than your team?
Whoa.
Definitely takes the sting off.
Whoa. More losses?
So I was looking at the fact that you guys just lost to Ohio State and said, let me take a look at their schedule here.
This one turned fast.
We've got Michigan at Michigan and Michigan State at Michigan State.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna have 4.
We're gonna have as many losses. We're gonna beat Michigan.
No, you're not.
We'll beat Michigan.
And you know what?
We'll beat Michigan.
You know what the bad part is?
We won't beat State because State running back. We can't stop the run.
Michigan is coming to you, and they're going to beat you in Happy Valley.
No way. Would you like? Okay, we'll talk when that happens.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to talk big time.
Okay, that was a big one. I mean, we expected Ohio State. They're a high-powered offense. You guys definitely hung in there.
Did we really expect? They ran the ball, which is why we lost.
It was expected by everybody but you.
That and the 300-pound lineman scored a touchdown.
Big boy score.
That was the difference.
Well,
Yeah.
bro,
You know my favorite thing about a big boy
We call,
touchdown
we call that coaching
is the big boy dance after.
and the big boy spike.
Yeah.
That boy was huffing air, though, dude.
That's my favorite, man, is that old John Madden. That's why I love when you get a fat guy score, you get a fat guy dance, and then a fat guy spike. Boom. Boom.
There are bigger things at play, though. And Florida could have more losses than us.
No.
At this point, if that organization, they're talking about firing Mullen, is that organization in tailspin?
Here's another thing that I want to talk about that happened in the Facebook group. Brett, the big Georgia fan, commented and said that there was an assistant who anonymously was talking about how Florida is so bad. I just wanted to talk about that for a second. Should that person have even opened their mouth? Should they have said word one? I mean, if you're not going to come out and say, yeah, by the way, I'm this guy. I work for, Georgia or whoever. Not saying it was a Georgia assistant. But why wouldn't you just say what your name is or just shut up?
That's what people do now, though.
I don't get it.
You got to fill that content. You got to tweet out articles, post articles on Facebook, put it on the app. You got to have all this stuff out there. So that assistant, he's loving it. Guaranteed.
Yeah, but he's anonymous, so nobody knows that he did it.
Some people are weird like that, dude.
He'd lose his job in
fine
an
with
instant
it.
if he talked like that.
Why?
Are you kidding me?
No,
Whatever
not-
university would fire him in an instant.
Why?
If he worked for Dan Mullen,
He
yes.
said they looked sloppy. You watch them warm up. Their shirts are untucked.
He think you work for a different team.
yeah.
He
doesn't play for Florida.
If you work
No,
for a
I'm
different
assuming.
team, you go to your boss and you first say, got approached by this person. This is how I feel. I want to share it with them, and they want to print it. But they're going to print me as anonymous if you need me to. And then if he said, yes, absolutely, or no, don't do it, then don't do it or do it anonymously. Outside of that, if you're going to say that publicly, just say who you are.
Yeah.
Just put it out
We don't know
there.
what university. it
Or
came from.
shut up.
But we don't.
or just don't put it out there, right?
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it, hey, just post it yourself.
And this
Yeah,
is
I mean,
where
get
I
some
go-
followers,
this is where I
bro.
go, yeah, I said it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah,
Go look at the warm-up film and you tell me.
that's it. Tell me where I'm wrong.
But did the article say it was a school that wasn't Florida? It didn't say where.
They said it was an SEC assistant.
It said SEC assistant,
Florida
which means
is part of the
If
SEC.
it was a Georgia assistant, they would have said a Georgia
yeah,
assistant.
and it was not
or
for
someone close to the
it was
team.
not for
And
Florida.
the way that they quoted them as saying they look
So-
sloppy and they.
It could be somebody from Georgia, LSU, let's see, UK, Tennessee, Alabama. They've played almost everybody. UK too. I mean, it could have been any of those teams. I thought it was just stupid to even speculate that out loud or that somebody would post it. Not
besides
Brett.
that-
I understand why Brett posted it because it was worth the conversation.
Yeah, whoever wrote the article.
But why would somebody write the article? Yeah.
Right, but back to the
Slow news day.
Dan Mullen, is he on the hot seat though? Is Dan Mullen on the hot seat?
No.
Because
No, he's
that's
not.
what they're trying to do. If these guys are just hype clickbait guys, they're trying to destabilize the followers, boosters, and trying to get them to get Mullen out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Let-
But if I'm Florida, am I getting rid of Mullen? No.
I'll tell you when you'll know. When we hear Steve Spurrier weigh in on
He
it,
did.
What did he say?
then we'll know.
He did. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm going to look this up before I say anything.
You see
Pretty.
Steve Spurrier
You've
on
already
the
said something.
sidelines
You're
again.
researching
I know,
what you've
I know.
already said, so we'll figure that one
I
out.
haven't seen it yet.
I know my Gator fans out there are going, yes, get rid of Mullen. We hate him. Everybody that has been seen leaving their job, they're like, ooh, Gators, look, get him. I just, I don't know. I'm
That's the
not ready to
same-
give up on Mullen. I just don't get it.
I put those folks in the same boat as the people that talk about, the dynasty's over when Bama loses.
Yeah, exactly. It just drives me insane. Michigan State was the best game all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I got to
For
look up
sure.
old boy's stats because he was putting on a clinic.
Hey,
if you are a running
No,
backs
he didn't.
coach right now,
I didn't think so.
Something else.
We know when Spurrier weighs in, and that's when you know if he's going to be gone or not.
if
I
you're
promise.
if you're a running backs coach, you are putting on highlights of this kid Kenneth Walker.
Man, that kid can play. I've been saying it all year, by the way.
22 carries, almost 200 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Kid can ball.
do we need to discuss the Big Ten in general?
Are you kidding me?
Um,
oh my gosh.
I thought the Michigan State.
The Michigan State program is led by a former Saban assistant.
You've got this guy. You got Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
You got Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
You got Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. Wisconsin. They won this week, beat Iowa.
I mean, Wisconsin
who's also in the Big Ten.
They didn't just beat Iowa.
I would
though.
say Iowa.
Mm-mm.
Wisconsin's just not ranked. So I'm just talking about looking at it as a conference and how highly ranked they are. You know what I mean? They're top heavy like every conference is. But think about it, man. You got Ohio State, Michigan State, Michigan. You got Iowa. They're still ranked, right?
Yeah.
Where did they end up?
They are still ranked.
I don't know, but Florida had a respectable
19.
game
Yeah.
up until the end of the first half. At the end of the first half, they just fell apart. It was kind of crazy.
It hurt listening to Jackie watch that game.
Yeah.
And I would walk in there and see it, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's 0-0. Look,
Yeah.
that's all they
Yeah.
need. They just need
Yeah.
to. That's what they need to do." And she's,
She's
wreck, but-
the ultimate pessimist about that too.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, nope, we're gonna lose. We suck.
But she doesn't show it. They were giving her hope, staying at 0-0, and I'm like, "Yeah," and then it just.
You're a great husband. 'Cause
And
I
then the
would've
last
walked
2
in
minutes
there,
of the second half happened.
I'd have been like, they fucking suck.
Well, I went quiet. I just stopped saying anything.
I walked in like,
so
ooh,
when
they getting their ass whooped.
When the Steelers are not doing well, I'm like, well, I'm gonna grab the switch and no, I just keep quiet about it. I don't rub it in her face because I like to live.
I would. Should get a real team.
Hopefully she doesn't cut off your bows.
We were talking about this outside.
Luckily, my wife's not really into football like that, so it works.
Do you think Dan Mullen did Richardson dirty by starting him against Georgia in his first technical start?
No.
This is the conspiracy theory nut.
That- yeah,
in my
that is-
love.
Man.
That is
Listen, it's dumb to do. You remember our conversation when he talked about should Richardson start against Bama, and I said you do not put him in against a good defense like that because it'll mess with their head.
Yeah.
Badly. He damn sure shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I thought he's trying to go conspiracy theory.
No,
I
just
thought
think
it was
about it
the
for a second.
ultimate show of faith in saying to the Gator faithful, listen, I hear you. I get what you're saying. You're right. We want to win this game. I'm going to give us the best chance to do that, and it's not Emory Jones. I think that was Dan Mullen saying, okay, I get it. And sure, he's playing the best team in the country right now, but if he wants to give his school a best chance to win, I thought he did that.
Emory Jones looked like shit for 3 weeks in a row. He waited to start him against the best defense
Maybe
in college football.
Maybe the
it's
true
not good.
freshman
You even
wasn't
said it
ready.
outside. It's not good for his confidence.
know,
it's
but
not good for his head.
Maybe the true freshman wasn't it already, and he's shown some advancement.
I mean, how do you
Come on,
know
dude.
it's not good for his head?
He just
showing up to
he
play?
just started playing college football. He just started doing that. You're talking about an 18-year-old kid
Exactly.
that for the first time in his life has started playing football at a level where you have 70, 80, 100,000 fans watching you
When
live
it counts.
in the stadium.
When football
I mean,
counts.
but think about that. Bad decisions that people try to correct you on and you don't do it. Look at you. We tell you every week, don't pick the Eagles. You pick them anyway.
And they won this
let
week.
you down. So that's what I mean, it is what it is. I thought this was a good sign from Mullen and a good sign for the Gators.
I thought it
Sure,
was
they
too.
got their asses whooped, but I think there's a lot of promise in Gainesville. Don't jump off the train just yet.
I just
agree.
think you could have started him in a different game, even the game before, or given him a whole second half. But
Yeah.
you don't just throw him in as a starter every down against that type of defense.
Well, I can tell you this. If Dan Mullen ever tries to tell you how to make vodka sauce, I'll punch him.
No, I'm not.
I will punch him in the dick.
I'm not telling him X's and O's. I'm just
Okay.
telling him like that's just not good for the psyche.
Yeah.
We'll
All right,
see.
throwing him to the
I
biggest
agree, man. We'll see
wolves
what it
ever.
does. We'll
So
see how AOA our 15 bounces back.
We do not have our recap in front of us, but we're going to try to recap our picks from last week because they were pretty easy.
Emphasis on try.
Yeah. So you've got them written down, correct?
I got the top 25.
There we go.
He's over there.
So you've got the top 25 from last week?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
So that Thursday night was Coastal Carolina at Troy,
Yes.
and Coastal Carolina won.
Yes,
CCU.
they did. Yes, they did.
It was actually a closer. Somebody said Troy was going to put up a fight. And it was 28-35.
I said that Troy has a habit of beating big teams.
And they are a good.
I said
yeah.
it could be
You said they're a
close.
good program. for
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't really think it would be, but I said it could be.
We just talked about Georgia, Florida.
Yep.
Yep.
That was
And as far as picks go, yeah, we were all on Georgia. We were all on Coastal Carolina.
All on Cincy.
All on Cincy.
And Tulane.
Cincy,
Bama,
Tulane.
no.
Bama took the week off, but Cincy, Tulane.
All of us
Oh, that's
except-
the one where I was like, oh, what about Tulane?
Nello's
But
the
no.
only one that took the bye in Bama. Do we got to make that dumb joke, right?
My
Hell
goodness. I
He
can't.
took the bye to beat Bama.
I did.
Yeah.
And I had to.
You still lost.
And I won.
there.
Michigan State, Michigan.
LSU's going to find out whether or not
So-
you won or not. I took Michigan State. I took Spartan.
Me too. Me too. I love
took
baby
Michigan. I never saw that happening.
Oh, Michigan.
I took
What's
Michigan State.
what a yes, good pick.
I saw Michigan winning by like 10, maybe 13.
Hasn't
Right, you
Michigan
called
State
double
beaten
digits.
them, like,
By the way,
last
we
few
are
years,
not
though?
highlighting the book it and the double digits 2-for-1 pick last week in that Georgia game.
When
Thank you.
When your ratio picks up.
Just
we'll
saying.
Wisconsin
start
beating
Just
the
saying.
bejesus out of Iowa.
That,
Let's see that
Say.
coming.
yeah, nobody called that.
No.
Holy shite. Yeah, definitely
We're
did.
picking
say
them all
that.
year to
Texas
win.
Baylor
Baylor,
was a pretty good
Texas.
game.
I took Texas because honestly, I thought Sark was going to be like statement.
Yeah.
Didn't
Baylor
do it.
runs the ball.
I took Baylor.
I took Baylor as well.
I was the only one with Texas on that one.
Yeah.
I stayed strong with it. I really
did.
did.
You did.
Miami, Pittsburgh.
Here's one we all lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
All lost that one.
Nobody picked the Canes.
I had lost all faith in the Canes.
Yep.
West Virginia, Iowa State. I picked West Virginia.
That was a great game
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know who I took. I want to say I took West Virginia.
too. I did. I
You
took,
said earlier
Iowa
you
State.
picked them and they won last week.
Oh,
We-
that's
because
right.
We both picked
I
Yeah.
took Iowa State. I thought
Yeah.
that defense was going to do good.
Yep.
Oklahoma, Texas Tech. That was Oklahoma all day.
Oklahoma State routed Kansas. Duke.
Wait, Kansas.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks ago.
No.
Yeah.
No,
last week was
Oklahoma
this week?
State.
Oh
Oklahoma
shit! I'm
State.
talking
Yeah.
Texas and Oklahoma. Sorry.
Oklahoma State routed Texas. Wake Forest routed Duke. By the way, Wake Forest undefeated? Where'd they come from?
Yeah. The ACC.
They came from
Right, but if you go back and like how bad they've been, like this is a pretty good run.
They came from Alanda. Alanda.
How about Ole Miss Auburn,
I pat Ole Miss all day. I
which
mean,
is gracious over here? Ding ding.
even
ding,
gave the
ding.
War Eagle and it paid off. So it's
right.
absolved of your sins.
So you're taking Lane to Coach Bama even after this
Dude,
shit show.
Stop.
I'm just-
you know
I'm
how
just
many
asking-
times Saban's lost to Auburn?
That's
More times than Lane Kiffin. Stop.
Wow. By the way, I want to say I'm sorry for this next pick because you really wanted to pick Mississippi State, and I was like, you can't do that. This is crazy. And they beat Kentucky.
I was so
Badly.
on for Mississippi State. I
You
was like,
were.
they're gonna do it. And I was like, God, you guys are making me feel. Anyway, never again.
Yeah.
I will pick my stupid picks going forward.
Hey, don't listen to us.
Yeah.
SMU Houston on that amazing kickoff that we watched.
I picked SMU. I
That
know
basic kickoff, you mean?
It was not basic. It was amazing.
He
Kids-
has
Bro,
one-
that
he-
thing was
fast.
as basic
He doesn't
as
even
it
make
could be.
2
It's
cuts.
so fast.
That was SMU all day in my head.
Yeah.
All day.
Me too.
Carolina, Notre Dame. Notre Dame did its thing.
Yep.
BYU, Virginia. Now this game was actually really good. In the besides the fact that no defense showed up at any point in this game, I think it was 28. I think
66-49.
Virginia had a monster lead going into halftime.
But the Cougs took care of it. They had to go to church in the morning.
Bing bong.
And then the next game, Fresno State, San Diego State, the only one
Who took what?
took Fresno.
Yeah, you did. You absolutely did.
What a week.
Okay.
That Auburn game was the biggest surprise for me. Honestly.
Yeah. Clemson beat FSU. I don't think any of us picked FSU though.
No.
Dear God, no.
Yeah. Oh boy, what a busy week. I can't wait to get into this week's picks.
I know. This is that time where most of your top 25 has cake games.
Yeah.
And
That is very evident in this week's schedule.
Yeah, it is.
and then you got a couple of some pretty good
Bangers.
upset possibilities, just good old knockdown, drag out, close games. This
Yeah.
is that good old time before rivalry weekend.
There is still a good game next week, though.
There
is
is.
one really good game.
That I think we're divided on too.
I'm pretty sure.
But yeah. Okay, so let's take our first break of the day. We will be right back, and we're going to get into our picks for next week for college football. Thank you so much, and we'll see you shortly. And we're back. The Cigar City Sports Podcast. Myself, Mr. Nello, Bear, Clay, and Ryan. We're into the picks for this week. college football.
I wonder what commercials just played.
It was the same commercial over and over again for probably insurance.
Yeah, a lot of insurance on there.
Yeah. Choose Progressive. And then it like takes 2 seconds and it goes back to, well, here's more Progressive.
Well, I want to thank Progressive for putting their commercials on during our breaks.
It's randomized, buddy. They didn't
You said
choose
it was
us.
Oh, well, you know.
They didn't
Flo
go,
told me she
hey,
fucks with us.
If you'd like to choose us,
I expected
Feel free.
to hear more off-brand Viagra commercials. I
Yeah.
really did.
oh, yeah. And maybe
You know?
some more stuff about like where the local Play Store is or something.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, let's get into picks because, that took a left turn.
Yay. All right, here we go, boys.
All right.
We got Georgia State against Louisiana. Not Louisiana State, 24 ranked Louisiana.
Louisiana Lafayette, right?
We have all it's just University of Louisiana.
Yeah, we
And,
took our picks before we're here, so we're going to have to do our.
we have all taken ULA.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Do we ever really hear about these folks? Oh, it is Louisiana Lafayette.
No.
All right.
All right.
Well, there you go. All right, LSU versus Bama.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. If this was in Death Valley, I might even worry a little bit.
Which one?
But the problem is
For sure.
that this is Saban off a bye week, and that is historically really, really good for us.
Yeah, and I think with how the crowd was last time, and Saban going over there to the student section and giving them a congratulations, really showing them love for being there in the game for us. I think it's going to be no problem for Bama.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it was in Death Valley, I'd be just a. It'd be that
Death
trap
Valley's
game
a tough
like
place to
Tamu.
play. Don't care who you are, but if it's in Bryant Denny, I think it's going to be a lopsided victory.
Yeah, easy win.
Georgia, Mizzou, all got Georgia. That's easy. Ohio State, Nebraska, Mr. Ryan.
Oh yeah, there's an outlier, and the reasoning is, just cause.
Yep.
He's just trying to get that extra win.
He's trying to get a leg up.
He's going for 2 when he only needs 1 to tie.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is it's an interesting one.
Wake Forest, UNC. We all got Wake. That's pretty much done deal.
Oh, tell me this
And-
one went one way.
We have to pick Liberty this week.
Oh,
Liberty.
And they're playing
a ranked
Ole
team.
Miss
They're playing
in
Ole
the
Miss.
Grove.
Please
And
tell me
Mr.
that
Nello has taken
Let's
Liberty.
just talk about this.
No
for a second.
way!
Yeah.
I was like, "There's no way he's that
He's
stupid."
doing
it's
it.
not-
Let's just say this real quick. Let's see what this quarterback can do. If he
No-
wants to be a top 5
no
pick in the
credibility.
draft
But do
next
you
year,
pick them
let's see
based
what we can
on
do.
that?
I picked Auburn against Lane Kiffin. I don't trust Lane Kiffin.
There's 22, on either side, or 11
I
on offense
understand.
and
Let's just see
defense.
what happens.
And you're going to say that this quarterback is going to make a difference against Ole Miss in Ole Miss?
Let's just see what happens.
Have they beaten anybody relevant this year yet?
I mean,
And now
they
they're
might.
now they might. They might have already done that. Fuck's sake!
No. They're going to beat one this week.
Here we go. So that's interesting.
They might beat one this week.
Hey, I wanna
Nello's
hear-
going down one there.
I want to hear those 2 little dirty words come out of your mouth right there. that
No.
Liberty's
No.
gonna- no.
That's crazy.
I want to.
I know you do,
That's
but
how
no.
I know you don't mean it.
I do mean it. I mean, I can. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Maybe this kid balls out, has the game of his life, and
You are-
shows the world that he's worth the top 5 pick.
You are spare parts, bud.
Hey, look, let's just see what happens. He wants to wear a green jersey next year. Let's see if he can play.
This is great. When,
It's,
when Ole
green
Miss,
jersey.
when
They
Ole
already-
Miss is up 4 scores in the first quarter, it's going to be great.
Liberty's already lost to Syracuse, ULM, and they only beat UMass and University of North Texas. You think that Ole Miss is the game where they finally break out? They're not
I didn't
ready
see
for
break out. I said, let's see if they can. Let's see what the kid
Let's
can
see
do.
if one player can beat an entire ranked team that actually has a pretty goddamn good quarterback themselves.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens. Liberty
I
for
mean,
the
to
win.
be fair, there was a guy named Lamar Jackson. He used to do that, but he
For
ain't
Louisville.
Lamar Jackson.
For Louisville.
Yeah.
For Louisville.
That's a little
I
different.
mean, Vic did it for Virginia Tech.
You're saying that the facilities and the recruiting and the coaching at
yeah,
Liberty is on par with any of those teams you
You're
just
just
listed?
talking about one special talent that
I'm
can
just
carry your
saying.
program.
Oh my God.
All right, so SMU
Thank you
versus
for
Memphis.
moving on. Thank you for moving on.
Yeah.
I'm
I am not
searching
gonna lie.
for
I
metaphors
low-key
in my
now
head.
want this guy to just snap and just go off, so Nello can walk in here.
Nello
like,
walk in
"Fuck
here
it."
with
You know what? Actually, now I want him to get like 550 yards, and they lose. That's actually
Which
what I
proved the
want.
argument that he's
That's
good.
it. There you go. This is a win-win, and we're all happy, and there's rainbows.
But I
We
don't
can
think
move-
it'll be
And
like-
we can move on from Liberty.
All right.
Please, God.
We all got SMU against Memphis. We've all got BYU against Idaho State. We've all got Cincy against Tulsa. I mean, this is it's that time of the season. All Notre Dame against Navy. You got a lot of these. That's this is how it's going to go. Not a lot of these aren't upset weeks. I think. Now this one, Oklahoma State versus West Virginia. We are split down the middle with Nello and Ryan going OK State. Me and you, Jack, going West Virginia.
Yep.
And I think this can go either way. Would not be surprised. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but if it is,
I'm not
really
saying that.
think it'll be West Virginia that does it just because of that upset factor, and they're at home. I mean, it's going to
Virginia
be a great game.
is a crazy place to go try and win a football game. If you're not West
I
Virginia.
trust Matt Gundy. He's had his one bad week.
Okay.
He's had his one bad week.
right.
If I'm going coaching alone right now because it is a tough place to go to West Virginia and win. But I'll just take Mike Gundy.
Yeah.
He has to do something because Oklahoma can't just be losing 2-3 games a year in the Big 12.
On that one, I just picked the ranked team.
Okay.
West Virginia's got that upset factor. That's one of those teams we
Yeah.
talked about. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, and they're at home. I think it's going to be a good game. All right, this is probably arguably the best game of the week. I'm sure Auburn versus Texas A&M.
And we're split on this one too.
No, I am the only one taking.
He's the
Texas
only one
A&M.
taking Texas.
All three of y'all took Auburn.
It would have been even more poetic justice if you had to put "I love Jumbo Fisher" and henna on your forearm.
Put Jumbo Fisher. You could tattoo a fat fisherman on your forearm.
Well, you lost that bet, and I'm going to be enjoying some of that delicious Panay alla vodka next week. A lot of it too.
Wow.
So
Well,
much.
wait, are we all going? Are we all going?
I think we should.
Oh wow. Okay, great.
We're going to set that up. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one with Texas A&M there. So
Tony and
that'll
Ellis
be fun.
takeover.
I don't know, man. That defense,
Let's go.
Auburn defense looks good, and Bo Nix looks good.
We'll see. A&M ain't bad, man. All right, we got Baylor, TCU. We all took Baylor. We all took Penn State against Maryland.
For the love of God.
For
Yeah,
Nello's
for
sake.
sure.
For Nello's sake.
I don't know. Maybe I
hope
picked
we
those
hit.
turtles. Maybe I can
You
beat
did
the
not pick
Terps,
Tua's
too.
brother.
The
No.
Terrapins. Oh, man. We got CCU versus Georgia
I
Southern. We still don't know where they're playing.
Either people play.
have
Either
no
school.
idea.
Now.
So we got Coastal Carolina. And then Tennessee versus Kentucky. This is a game. We all picked Kentucky.
Some people were a little shaky.
It's in Kentucky.
That's why I'd pick
Yeah.
it, honestly. Because if this was in Tennessee, nah.
This could go either way for sure. Iowa Northwestern. We've all got Iowa. However, Mr. Ryan almost went Northwestern.
Almost.
Make
Wait,
that a thing.
you didn't commit?
No, honestly,
He
I thought he
went
said Idaho. I don't know why. But I'm like, wait, hold on. He said Iowa.
He's been on the sauce. Boise State, Fresno State. We all picked Fresno State. That's another one I'm thinking is going to be close.
No faith in Mountain West this week.
Oregon, Washington. All took Oregon. Indiana versus Michigan. All took Michigan. Houston and South Florida. Nello took South Florida.
I did. Let's again. I'll stay local. I don't think Houston.
Hey,
you know.
whoa! They got an equipment manager who's really shining down there. That's all I'm saying. Let's see
No,
if he's good.
I just went contrarian. Like,
Have you
like
seen the
Ryan
thread
does. It's
count
like,
of the new towels they got down there? That's
Whoa,
soft
this-
as fuck, John.
It's like
Who is
it's like
USF
drying off
fan?
with velvet.
Listen, all I'm saying, Houston beat SMU last week. No one thought that was going to happen. Why not?
They got terry cloth robes. All right, so we all got Houston except for Mr. Nello. That'll
And
be
then
fun.
Utsa.
And then
Hold on, are you-
Utsa versus Utah.
After that kickoff return that you made us watch, you don't have any faith in Houston?
Nope.
There you go.
Wow.
We all took Utsa in a game that
Yeah.
nobody
The Road
knows.
Runners. The Road Runners. Baby.
I thought that was like
Runners.
the United Tennis Sports Association or some shit.
I don't know what it is.
That's where we're
It's
at.
the
there.
University of Texas San Antonio.
There we go.
The Road Runners.
Right down there by the
That's their
Alamo.
names. What do you
I
want
know.
from them?
I love
Right-
it.
right
that
down
you,
there
that you
where-
feel the need to tell us
Hold
who
on.
the mascot
Right
is.
there
on,
where
before
Davy
we get off of
Crockett
college.
made his last stand.
Oh, wait. Good point. Yeah.
Before we get off of college.
The top, what is that? Top 25.
It's in 4
Yeah,
seconds.
it's in 4 seconds.
This is the who has the best chance at college football
the
playoffs.
top 4 spots are being revealed. But I want before we find out, Jim Harbaugh, hot seat, gotta be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta be.
I said that last week. I said, he's somebody that if you can't beat Sparty, who is supposed to be considered the baby brother in that rivalry, it's not going to last. That's a Alabama coach not able to beat Auburn. That's Florida State not being able to beat Florida. You don't last if you can't do that.
Haven't they lost to them in the last few years, though?
Yeah.
There was a punt return.
Yeah.
They got blocked or whatever.
Yeah, MSU has kind of owned this rivalry for a little while.
As Ohio State, you can't beat your two rivals. You can't keep the job. I believe if Jim Harbaugh loses against Ohio State this year, they will fire him after that game. They won't even let him finish the year. He's never beaten Ohio State.
I wouldn't be surprised unless he starts wearing some nice slacks and ditches the Dockers. He's out of here.
Yeah. He's in trouble.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say. You
can't beat your rival.
So real quick, let's get a top four here of who we think is going to show up. Number one doesn't really need to be discussed. It's clearly Georgia.
Georgia all day.
And two, I put the undefeated Cincy. They've been doing their thing. They've been up there at 2. There's nothing there to change that. But 3 and 4, those are some teams that we can sit here and talk about.
If they were dumb enough to put Bama at 2, it's only because if it played out the same way till the end, they don't want them playing Georgia in the playoff.
Bama cannot be number 2 with that loss to A&M. I'm sorry. It just can't happen.
Well, no, hold on.
There's too many good no-loss teams.
The playoff goes 1-4-2-3. So, yeah there's going to be Cincy 2, Bama 3. I think Bama's 3.
Why is Michigan State not 3 and Bama 4? Why?
It's a good question.
Why?
They're undefeated.
No, tell me why.
They're undefeated and just beat a top 10 team.
Tell me why.
Because Bama, since they have lost, have been waxing
Lost
people.
to an undefeated team. It doesn't matter.
If it's
It does matter.
Undefeated team. I think Michigan State should be second.
If it's
I don't think that's
and Cincy third. If you're going on strength of schedule, you guys talk about strength of schedule all the time.
Yeah.
Who the hell has Cincy played besides Notre Dame?
So you're going to boost you're going to boot Oklahoma? So it's going to be
No, Oklahoma's not in the playoff. They're 5.
What?
Oklahoma's number 5. You lost. Bama's 4.
Who did Oklahoma lose to?
No.
Bama's 3.
I was going to say, what you're saying makes absolutely no
No,
sense.
not Oklahoma.
So Oklahoma is ranked
Too
4.
many close games.
Why do you dump Oklahoma?
Too many close games.
So, but they have.
And
I
you
think
left-
Bama's a better team than Oklahoma.
they're
Too many close games.
I don't disagree with you, but they're undefeated, and they have had too many close calls, but they're undefeated.
Strength of schedule. Is the SEC not stronger than the Big 12?
Oh, so you just told us to ignore strength of schedule.
No, I'm going off of what you guys always talk about.
All right. I mean, I don't disagree.
I
but
believe this AP poll, Michigan State is 5th currently.
They should be second.
That's
Undefeated.
that's AP poll.
Undefeated.
they haven't
That's
done
not
anything
what-
to jump Cincinnati.
That's not what we're about to see here. That's the AP poll.
Well, I mean, they just knocked off number 6 Michigan.
Number 6 Michigan. They were 8th, and so they went to 5th from 8th.
Yeah.
They beat the 6th team. They went from 8 to 5. That is what should have happened.
Yeah.
They
But
should
what-
not
who-
jump to 2 because of
Who
that.
has since
I
he
agree.
played though?
Nobody
Doesn't
besides
matter.
Notre Dame.
Doesn't
matter.
Well, that's what I'm
What?
saying.
You can't jump
This
to
is
2
insane.
like that.
This is crazy.
I think you can if you're playing more.
So if
ranked
you
teams and
jump to
beating
2
them.
You guys, your whole argument
So if
before
you
the
jump, hold
college
on.
season started.
If you jump to 2 and then Purdue, who has had 2 big upsets this year, upset you, now they have to take you from number 2 all the way back to like 8, 9, 10 even, maybe 11. And so they look stupid, egg on their face. You
What?
get past this game, now you're talking about 4 or 3 for sure. Then you win the next game, you're definitely 2 or 3, and that's how you finish out. That's how it goes. They're not going to move you all the way up to 2, and then you get upset and they look stupid.
How many times does that happen? Where you go up to 2 and 3 and you get upset and you win. If you're talking about
Where
right
was
now,
where was Iowa? Were they 3?
they were third, and I think they were second when they lost
Were-
second game, when they lost that game. After
Okay.
Penn State. They were
And now
2.
where are they?
Who cares? They lost 3 games in a row.
Well, a lot of people
Michigan
care.
State deserves to be second if you're going
They're
strength of
not
schedule.
going to move them to 2.
And I'm sorry about the Oklahoma mess up. I apologize.
That is about on the same mental wavelength
No, that's
of
crazy.
you picking Liberty.
Absolutely no, man.
That's how stupid that
Michigan
is.
State's played stronger
Okay.
teams, and
Well, I
they're
mean, we'll see.
undefeated.
We're about to see I'm just giving you what the AP poll is and what I think, and I'm in agreement with it. But this is what really matters. What they're about to announce right here. These top 4 teams. That's what matters going forward.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every week they're going to update this, and that's the only thing that matters.
And Penn State won't be there because a lineman scored a touchdown. And Franklin is terrible.
Penn State.
Franklin kept you relevant against the biggest team.
Now
in
he
your
can go to
conference.
USC and make them relevant again.
Penn State
And
was
you
never
guys
going to
will-
be on that top 4 list.
No, they're not.
It's
No, they're
true.
not.
It's true. You weren't.
You really think Oklahoma's the top 4 program with all those close calls and all those games?
Nobody's beat them.
Yeah, I mean, they've played
I
some
don't
solid
know.
teams, and yes, they've barely won, and they struggle bus, it looks like. But at the end of the day, man, I think as far as the undefeateds go, if we're talking about them in the Michigan State especially, it's got it. I mean, come on.
So then Bama's out.
Listen,
Bama's 5.
We're talking about these undefeated teams.
yeah, but Bama,
One of them's not going to be in the top 4 then. An undefeated team isn't going to be in the top 4 because of a one-loss Bama. And if you
one-loss-
just said that strength of schedule
Hold
doesn't
on.
matter,
a one-loss Bama that started at number 1
Yeah.
from pre-poll from last year. I mean, you expect them to drastically fall off? Like, oh, we're going to forget everything that happened last year.
If you lose a game, the earlier you use it, the better off you are. Earlier you lose it, the
Yeah.
better off you are.
That's why I was
That's
saying
how it
this doesn't
goes.
this shouldn't even matter right now.
yeah, really.
You still got to the end of the season.
That's at the end of the day.
And you
Yeah,
gotta
this
see
is
what
the first week.
They just figured out something they can throw on the TV and get Herb Street on with some makeup. Yeah.
I have to think that they timed this with the fact that last week, this week, next week, there's a lot of boring games.
Yeah.
it's your boy.
Like we've talked about, these games this week, last week, and it'll
Who,
be the
Greg
same next
McElroy?
week.
Yeah.
These are a lot of these games are how it's going to play out, and that's not fun football. So hey, let's drop this first ranking in
Yeah, exactly.
right here in the season. They think about that
Pitt
stuff.
25, Iowa 22, Wisconsin 21. That's not bad. They were unranked.
Wow, I see. Look, Iowa is behind Wisconsin.
Fresno State, San Diego State, where they should be.
They dropped from 9 to 22.
I mean, that was a bad loss last week. It really was.
No, I know, 27-7. But let's, I guess, see where this goes. They've got Pitt at 25. Yep.
And Pitt played a really good game, and Miami's been playing pretty good ball as of late.
Yeah.
I mean,
That Pickett kid is good.
as of late, really good ball though.
I don't know. They've been playing good ball, whatever you want to call
They've
it.
been
Really
quite
good.
lackluster.
Call it whatever you want.
You want to talk about a hot seat? Manny Diaz has
No,
got
it's
to
too
be on the hot
early.
seat.
That-
No, it's
that-
not.
If he doesn't lose his job,
Not
then
for
that win is
2
because of
years.
it.
It's too early.
Not for this bad of a season. I mean, you lose to App State because App State beat themselves. You
And they
get
started-
drummed by Bama. Everybody thinks you're
Getting
going to
drummed by
have-
Bama isn't a bad thing when you're Miami.
But everybody's expectation for Manny, he was supposed to save the Miami football program and come in and put them in a respectable bowl right out of the gate. And look at where we're at right
right
now.
out of the gate, though, that's a
Look,
big ask
this
for
is
that
what?
organization.
This is
after
second
Rick.
year? Is this his second or third year?
I think so. I can look it up.
Second.
I think this is third year. No, he came in right after. He came in. It was announced like the day of the Bama Oklahoma playoff in Miami.
Whoa!
So this may be his second year.
Mississippi State 17.
Wow.
With 3 losses.
Wow.
Having jumped Kentucky, NC State, and Minnesota. Minnesota
Damn.
and Kentucky, who have played much harder teams.
NC State plays some good football too. That loss against Miami hurts them.
Yeah.
But geez, Louise, Mississippi State 17. Oh,
I can't believe.
how you doing?
I can't believe that they're ahead of Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
Because they got whooped in Mississippi State last week, maybe. But geez,
But still, though,
17. Woo. Look, Lane Kiffin right there. He'll be like maybe top 25, like 25, 24 next week after Liberty and Willis.
I mean, they won't move anywhere.
I mean, they will when they lose next week.
No, oh my God.
Liberty's going to win. Does Liberty get a top 25 spot at that point? Can that happen?
I don't know if that can happen.
Wait a minute. Don't they have like 3 losses?
Yes.
Whoa,
No.
Mississippi State is 17. 3 losses. At least Liberty beat 16. Give it a 14 spot at this
Do
point.
we need to read back that? No, we don't need to read back that schedule again because it's absolute nonsense.
I'm just saying.
No, all you're doing is ruining any credibility you have left.
Oh, my goodness. Why would you say that's not nice at all?
Oh
Okay, here we
boy.
Baylor
Look
going
at
in at
this.
12, looking good. Who's the most undeserving team to be here? Oklahoma State,
Auburn at 13
Baylor,
is surprising.
Auburn, Texas A&M, or BYU?
Well, BYU's had some tough losses, so I'm surprised they're at 15 as well. Oklahoma State at 11 makes sense. Baylor climbing up the ranks. Auburn
I can't
Auburn at
argue with
13. Auburn at 13 is interesting.
I can't argue with this, honestly.
If Auburn
I was
beats
gonna say
Bama,
the same thing.
where do they go? Top 10?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
I mean, why wouldn't they?
Does Bama? Well, wait. First of all, I didn't see Penn State here. There must be a typo, or we're coming.
No, you're coming up.
or
Or you're out.
we're coming.
They hey, don't hold your breath.
I'm just saying, top 10 maybe.
All right. No.
Sad.
Top 10.
They gone.
I think you're gone.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Well,
I'm
I don't know
surprised
about, I don't know
they even
about
started
gone,
25.
but
No, they're.
I guess if they're not in front of some of those teams, they're already
I'm
gone.
thinking either the Music City Bowl.
Whoa, Poinsettia's where it's at. I don't know why you guys keep giving me better bowls.
You guys are
than
going to
that.
be going to the Cigar City Sports Podcast Bowl.
By the way, if anybody wants to,
Tickets to that?
Yeah, we get tickets.
Nice.
Or the LKQ, you pick your part, Midwestern
We can build it.
Idaho
We can-
Potato Spud
you
Bowl.
know what? If we ever break down, we can pick up an extra transmission to move his ass on out to the West Coast.
Wow. Yeah, you guys aren't going to be in 10 or above.
Well, you don't know that. Look, it got my fingers crossed, and I'm ready to go.
Bro, this shows you guys were at 22 beforehand, so you've probably been knocked.
No, they're going.
I mean, yeah.
Bye.
Adios.
Speaking of bye, let's go ahead and take a break, and then we're going to get into fantasy football and NFL from last week.
Dude, top 10's coming.
Oh, my God. It shook up while we were on
Man.
break.
That was wild.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
I got to say, there's no way that anybody sitting here predicted that.
We were so off.
close.
Nello left the
pretty
room in
close.
a tiff.
I was like, are you kidding me? Like, well, let's just jump
His
into
panties
this.
are wadded.
It's
So here we go.
ridiculous.
Top 10. We got Notre Dame,
At 10.
Wake Forest, Oklahoma at 8.
Oklahoma at 8.
At 8. Michigan, Cincy to 6.
Since he dropped from break 2 in the nation
Yeah.
till 6.
And you guys were telling me during the break that 8-2 was a big jump.
It is.
So is 2-6.
Ohio State at 5, and then the top 4. Oregon at 4. Never crossed my mind
Saw them being
at all. Michigan State at 3. Cool.
Should have been
I
2.
thought they'd be 5.
Should have been 2.
It is. Alabama at 2.
At 2 in
Wouldn't
the
have
nation.
put them there. 3
No
or 4
way.
for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
5.
put him there.
And the only one that we all got right was Georgia. That's a consensus view.
So
The only reason why
Wild.
Michigan State was 3 was because of this whole SEC Bama BS that always goes on in TV.
let's get into
That's ridiculous.
Last
One
week,
loss
NFL.
to unranked A&M, number 2 in the nation.
Yeah, last week NFL.
yep.
Unbelievable.
Green Bay ended up beating Arizona and
Yep.
giving us the greatest meme of all time. for
Our
Aaron
cover photo
Rodgers.
for a little bit.
Have you seen the one where it's from Scarface?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. That might be actually my favorite.
Yeah.
Bengals versus the Jets.
We all predicted this.
Yeah.
We all were like, you know what? The Jets know how to turn it on when they need to.
That
Yo, that-
backup
that-
quarterback.
The
is gonna go
backup
in and
that was
ball out.
balling.
Yo, listen to this bet Clay was reading about. The guy bet $1,000 on the.
Like preseason, put 1,000 that this quarterback for the Jets would have the most passing yards this week to win 125K.
Wow.
Got it.
Got it. With
Dude
Mahomes.
threw
and-
for like 404 yards.
He had a crazy
It's his
day, that's
nephew.
for sure.
I mean, Jesus, 1,000 for 125.
I still think Cincinnati played down to the Jets. Jamar Chase was a little sloppy.
Yeah, in terms of other big games, Dallas looked really good without Prescott, able to
Yeah.
pull off the win against Minnesota. Cooper Rush, no, he's not quarterback of the future, but the Cowboys are much better this year than they were
Yeah,
last
but
year.
Amari Cooper doesn't catch that juggler. I don't think they're going for the touch. Did you see that catch?
Did he catch it?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Did he catch it?
He fucking catched it and it was good.
I'm pretty sure the word's caught. but yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I wasn't either.
Oh man, you guys! I tell you,
I
what,
had to hit him.
I just like it's just first the Bama shit, now this. Like the Bama boys are just rolling over, bullying everybody.
Root here.
All those times he talks about us in Alabama banging our cousins, and we just.
I
let it
never
slide.
said that once.
Just like you said it thrice, sir. Once, twice, 3 times a lady.
But hey, Philly, you guys beat up on what was it? The
Whoa!
The Lions.
who was it that you beat up on?
How many wins does the Lions have?
As of right now, 0.
Big win for the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Sirianni realized that there's a run part to the offense. Ran the
Had
ball
to have been
46
by like
times.
20 points.
Yeah.
Had to have been.
Oh, was it 44-3 or 7? I
Just
don't even.
lopsided.
It was an amazing game.
It's 44 to
hope.
6.
Amazing game.
You guys beat
Amazing
up
game.
on a special kid.
It's okay. Amazing game. Defense played great. Offense played great. Jalen Hurts didn't do anything.
They
Screwed
already
me on
have
fantasy
to live
football.
in Detroit, and you go and do this.
Jalen Hurts 0 touchdowns
right.
the first
You're
time.
just so happy that you beat the winless team in the NFL.
Very excited.
The
Fly Eagles
disrespect,
fly.
bro.
It
Fly
was a
Eagles
statement
fly.
victory.
There was a great game in Cleveland too.
You guys called Florida Vanderbilt the statement game for Florida. Are we kidding me here? And now you guys want to get. You guys did that.
I didn't say that.
Somebody did.
not
No,
me.
I said Florida, Kentucky. I said Kentucky always plays Florida really hard, no matter how good
Yeah.
or bad each team is. Kentucky always plays.
Philly plays hard all the time, no matter
And
how
Kentucky
good or bad
beat-
the Lions
and
are.
Kentucky beat Florida, didn't they?
yeah.
Oh,
The Lions will get a win, just not against us. Thank fucking God.
It's a shame you don't play real teams like that.
Because if they had
Oh my gosh.
lost, can you imagine the resounding ass beating you would have gotten from us?
Yeah, it would have been a sad day. I would have been really. I might not have showed up. I might have been like, guys, I can't.
Yeah, I can't show up. I'm sorry.
It just hurts already. I don't need you putting on top.
no wonder he thinks Liberty deserves a seat at the table.
When Liberty becomes 15 in this crap rankings that they did, you'll see what's up.
yeah.
But yeah, I thought that the Colts were going to be able to pull it off against the Titans.
That's what you get for thinking.
Had to beat them in overtime.
You know, Carson Wentz is just doing Carson
Oh, and
Wentz.
we got to talk about
Inch
that
or
too.
mile.
We got to talk about that too. We lost. We
Pick up
lost
my
the
Miller
King.
Lite here and pour some out for the homie.
Not on the
The
carpet.
double
Yeah, don't do it on
deuces
the
is out
carpet,
for
Come
6
on,
to 10
George.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's brutal.
Can't run a horse 40 times a game and expect him to not get hurt at least once.
Yeah, that's true. But now we got a new horsey, and we're gonna ride him 40 times a game.
But you're going to have to. That's what your offense is.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm so excited for this horsey. Who is this horsey?
Adrian Peterson,
Oh, God.
all day.
Okay. You're going to ride that old horse 40 times a game?
I guarantee you that old horse will get out there and run
40
more than you
times a
will.
game.
Come on, take it easy now. Lou.
Built
Take it
like a
easy.
shit
He'll
brick
get
house.
the most yards by an AARP card carrier than any player in the history of the NFL. Come on.
You watch that guy. Watch him.
40
I don't
carries
know,
a
man.
game. He'll last one game and retire. The
Hey,
next.
Yeah, it's
I
not
will
gonna
book
happen.
it right now. Adrian Peterson ends up with more yards than Miles Sanders.
That's not saying much when we don't run the ball.
My problem with this is that Tennessee O line is they can't block well enough for a guy like Adrian Peterson.
What do you mean, a guy like Adrian Peterson?
35.
A guy
36.
that can't always knock the first dude in his mouth and keep running.
I mean,
That
Adrian
guy.
Peterson is elusive.
Why do you think Derrick Henry has
wasn't
so
power,
many
so to
yards
say.
after contact? Because he always hits a guy on the line.
He sheds his first
just
tackler
about
very well.
always.
He does.
Adrian Peterson can't do that.
But you also don't have a scoring title 2 years in a row, rushed for 2,000 yards, and was leading the league this year in rushing with a shitty offensive
By
line.
300 yards, by the way.
Yeah, by 353 yards with a bad
How
offensive
many
line.
were it where he shook off the first tackler?
I mean, don't get me wrong. He will get touched.
All I'm
but
saying is they're going to have to really figure out how to get that ball downfield more to both A.J. Brown and Julio.
You think you're going to get a stiff arm meme from Adrian Peterson like you are from Derrick Henry when he told Josh Norman, step aside, child?
Nah, if AP still got it, he's just going to run him over.
Not at his age, he's not.
Bro, this ain't AP for Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, he might do it
Bro,
a
you
couple of
guys
times.
act like he's not in the.
Then he's in the
great
10th.
physical shape. He's
He absolutely
just because we're 36 and 37.
Oh, he's
and
in
we
great
ain't
shape
built
for
doesn't
sure.
mean that Adrian Peterson's not.
100%
He's
agree
in
with
great
you. I would
shape.
never compare Adrian Peterson's shape to
very
me.
well maybe.
All right, and that's what I'm saying.
Football shape for him,
But at
which is
36 in the
nowhere
NFL.
near, at not even in the same realm of football shape for Derrick Henry. And that line is, I don't think, good enough to make it so it's.
I guess we're gonna have to see.
Look, they're not blowing anybody out,
I approve his
right?
message.
So they're losing their best player, right there. That's like the Packers losing Aaron Rodgers. That's what they're dealing with right now.
Now,
They got other
for 8
weapons.
weeks. For 8
They
weeks.
got other weapons, and those weapons are going to have to be what wins these games for them.
the hottest
That's
ticket
it.
on Final Fantasy, Jesus, on fantasy football is going to be McNichol. I don't think it's going to be AP because he's going to need 2 or 3 weeks to get in football shape. And McNichol is your guy, and defenses are gonna back off the run and go back to the pass.
If that were the case on the trade deadline, Marlon Mack, someone else they would have picked up. But AP visits today, they sign him. Come on, man.
It could be money, it could be cap. I don't know.
The Ravens also have 3 big running backs that are splitting the backfield right now, in Devonta Freeman,
Le'Veon Bell and
Lamar Murray.
Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
I mean, they just went 3, got injured, and signed 3 more.
So
Hey, you want to talk about fantasy football for a little bit?
I do.
I was really trying to get. We're doing week 8 picks, guys. What are we doing?
really do.
Stretch it out here. Yeah, we've discussed the games. I think we're good there.
No
right?
way.
I
We
mean,
didn't
we don't need to discuss the Bucs Saints game at all.
What are you talking
Let's just
about?
move on.
No, we're not done yet.
I disagree. I think we do need to talk about it because we do say that the Saints are a trap team for us. I even said yesterday or on the last episode that, hey, they might pull it out. They have our number. That's just it. Sean Payton's defense might be just too damn crazy because one of the biggest things was 3 turnovers for Tom Brady.
Lynch him. Get rid of him. Sell him. Get
Right.
rid of him.
That's what everybody's saying.
He's too old.
You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
if
If that were Jameis, y'all would have y'all pitchforks and be running him out of town.
Well, Jameis wouldn't have us at 2 losses either.
he also had more picks in his last season.
We know for a fact that Jameis would not have us at 2 losses. We know.
He also
we've
had
the sample.
more picks in his last season than Tom Brady has in his entire time in Tampa.
May I put on my conspiracy hat again and say, what if Brady uses these games as like scrimmage to find out what that defense
I
does?
think you should just throw that hat away.
I'm just saying. No, like not
No,
scrimmages.
I
Obviously,
think-
scrimmages
you know,
is not right. But
let's-
what if he sees what's going on with that defense and then uses it when he needs it?
Let's just burn that in the fire.
Why?
Because no player
It's going to, yeah.
is ever going to throw a
I'm going
game
to lose on purpose
Unless
to see
they're
how
No,
I
good
didn't say
these
lose.
unless
I
they're
didn't say
shaving
lose.
points.
I didn't say
No
lose,
player.
but maybe take more chances
No.
against that defense now to see
No.
how those secondary and players would react.
Not at all.
Scrimmage was not the right term.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah,
Saints played a hell of a tight game.
I still
they
think
were
Fournette is
on-
the reason why you guys
The
lost.
Saints were on point.
No, it was Tom
They
Brady throwing
played-
3 picks.
I don't know.
The Saints defense, the Saints offense, they played a very clean, well-run game. It was a good game by them. You got to give that. They do that. That's what they do.
The only
Fournette's
thing
fumble.
that I can argue is that one drive that they killed us on when they came back and scored the touchdown, we had like 3 roughing the passer penalties in a row, and they were all ridiculous. Every single one of them.
Yeah, I don't ever like to really dive into that, but yeah, that was a 1 cool. 2 come on now, what's going on here? The third, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I was like, you got to be
I
kidding
mean,
me.
and they weren't.
And
obvious.
I do want to talk about Jameis because he has been playing a lot better. He's been doing great for them. And honestly, I was circling this game knowing that it was going to be trouble for us. But you damn sure don't want to see anybody go down, much less for the season. That sucks for him. I hope he gets healthy and gets back soon.
I hear if you eat W's, bro, your ACL heals faster.
Wow,
There we go.
wow.
Somebody's gonna be buying a
Hey,
lot of Lucky Charms.
There was somebody here that took the Browns against the Steelers and was wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
What happened? Did you guys? I know I sent that video on the Instagram of Odell Beckham Sr. showing the world how Baker doesn't look at him or miss him.
There's another guy here that has the best record in our fantasy league.
We're not talking about
By
fantasy
himself.
right now.
Oh, fantasy.
Unbelievable.
By himself, he has it.
You have
Yes. I went against Pittsburgh and lost, and that's twice this year.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
it is.
I did not learn my lesson.
Do we have to go get Megan?
Don't.
Does the Megatron
I'm
have
a
to
nice
regulate?
guy to you, man.
She's not upset because the Steelers won. Had the Steelers actually lost and you called it right, you might have taken some shit.
Hey, did anybody see Justin
I'd have
Fields?
taken a lot more shit for sure.
I saw one run and I was like, "Oh, cool."
That's kind of crazy run. That was his best play. That was a good run.
Yeah.
He should have been dead in the water there.
Vic used to do that every play.
Who
was
won?
gonna
Who
say,
won
yeah.
that game?
The Niners. We all had the Niners.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
Hey, Panthers, Falcons, we were all wrong.
Yeah.
Sam
Yeah.
Darnold came to play.
Yeah.
I thought he was benched like officially and they were putting the backup in for the next game.
I don't know why I like the Falcons so much. I pick
Yeah.
them so much. I don't know why.
What about
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley saying he's going to step away from the game for mental health issues?
Yeah.
They're rough.
I'm not saying he doesn't have them. I just really need to know what they are.
Well,
Because he
I don't
went
even
to-
really need to know. I just wonder, how bad is it that you're walking away from all of this?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean-
what are you going to do? You going to go back to Alabama and do what Bama players that don't make it in the NFL does? Sell insurance
He's
in
made
Birmingham?
quite
He
a
made
bit
a
of
lot
money.
more money than those guys.
I understand.
I mean, just
It
because he's
still
taking
goes
a break
fast.
means nothing. I mean,
He
Brandon
could go to
Marshall did
TV.
it.
No,
I don't
he's talking like he's walking away.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it was he's done. Like this is another Eli Manning situation. Another who's the old dude that just walked away 2 years ago?
Patrick
Luck?
Willis did that.
Patrick Willis did that.
Borland did it.
No, the quarterback that retired, Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. That's
Andrew
what
Luck
it
did
is.
it for neck injuries.
I
though.
was
It's different.
picking up something like that. That it was I can't do this anymore. Like retire. That's how I felt.
Could
What
be.
I was reading.
Didn't one of the corners quit in the middle of the game, like retired at halftime? One of the Bills
Yeah.
corners.
No, it was the Colts.
Was it Colts corner? It was one of the
Yeah.
corners. No, I thought it was the Bills. Either way, he's like, "Up, I'm retired." Put his
They
pads in left.
recorded him too.
No, I'm pretty
Or
sure
he
it was the
tweeted
Colts.
something. Yeah, I thought it was Colts too.
I thought it was Bethea, but I might be wrong.
Here's another one. Bills, Dolphins. Everybody got the Bills. Game
Yeah.
over. Patriots, Chargers. Everybody trusted the Wild West kid, and we were sadly mistaken. Bill Belichick, man, geez, what a coaching job on that defense.
Yeah, and Mac Jones, man, he's the ultimate game manager.
Damian Harris, an unknown running back out of Alabama.
What?
I mean,
Unknown.
He was very well
He
known.
was a
to me.
national champion.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but compared to the guys who were in front of him,
He was in talk for the Heisman.
He was a very good running back.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
I mean, he may not
Sure.
be as big, but
I mean, I didn't say he wasn't good. I'm just saying unknown. Like,
He's doing something most of them don't do.
what's that?
Start.
Looking good in the NFL.
Start.
He's got some fumble issues that Bill had to fix,
Well,
but he got
hey.
it fixed.
But speaking of that Bucs game, Mark Ingram back with the Saints too.
Yeah, how about that?
I'm happy for him. They did tell
am too.
him that they wouldn't have even fielded the call if it was anybody but the Saints.
Oh, and you were right. It was the Bills. It was Vontae Davis.
I knew he played
Yeah,
for the
played
Colts.
For
Yeah.
the Colts eventually, for
Ingram
first,
back
and
at the
then-
Saints.
They were getting
just feels
spanked
right.
that game.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
does.
That's just that he's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Urban Meyer still only has one win. Couldn't
Yep.
beat Pete Carroll, which he shouldn't. He wasn't supposed to. Washington football team at the Broncos. Want to
Hell.
talk about what you saw on the Broncos that none of us did?
I know who we ain't gonna see on the Broncos anymore.
Who's that?
Von
Odell.
Miller and
And the corner.
Henry Ruggs the third.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a
Henry Ruggs is
Raider.
a Raider.
There's a
Oh,
Raider.
that's right. He's a Raider.
Yeah. What'd you see? Like, I could never have picked this. Like, there's
Did you
just
see?
no way.
Did you see
don't
that
know.
Von Miller interview when he was in the car,
No.
tearing up
No.
about leaving Denver?
No.
Man, it was good. It got you right in the heartstrings.
But he's happy now. He's wearing his old college number.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture and it
Yeah,
was
Ryan
like
posted that.
Von Miller. Wait, yeah,
Well,
you
waking
did.
up 7
Waking
a.m.
up 7-1. He's just stretching. Like, yeah, it's got to be
That's
nice.
funny.
Yeah.
Bucs Saints. I'm sorry. I feel bad for Jameis coming back and then tearing
Yeah.
his ACL right against them.
On a play that was called a horse collar, and if I understand the rule correctly, it was not a horse collar.
It is not
It was
a
just
horse
a
collar.
bad angle, and it really sucks for Jameis, but that was not a dirty play.
Yeah,
No.
Cowgirls versus the Vikings. Yep. I picked the Vikings and was sadly mistaken. But let me tell you something. Kirk Cousins. No bueno. That's all.
What?
Gotta go.
He's got to go?
Gotta go.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a real hot take.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just all
Not
on
worth
him,
that
ain't it?
money. He ain't worth that $94 million.
It's just all on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
not on
Absolutely.
Dallas being
Nah.
a good team.
I mean,
Can't miss
Jesus Christ. It ain't about who he's got around him either. It's all on Kirk Cousins.
I mean, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, and Justin Jefferson, and you only score, 19, 16
I
points?
ain't never going to get on Nello shit list.
No.
I'm just telling you the truth.
All right.
Kirk, you have that much talent. Their quarterback's doing better with a lot less talent.
He's talking about the Cards going to nothing this year because Kyler Murray's out.
I didn't say nothing. I said they're going to be a rough 3 weeks.
They're not going to.
Well, they
And then, of course,
They
the
won,
Giants,
but,
Chiefs, and that was a real great game to watch. I almost fell asleep twice.
I mean, I kind of agree with him. The next 3 weeks are going to be rough for the Cards for sure.
I mean, of course it's going to be rough, but man, it's
Who
they got
is
a
the
lot of
quarterback?
talent.
Who's the backup quarterback for the freaking Cardinals?
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
He's got enough
Can he
people to
do
throw
what
to.
Kyler Murray does?
He's got enough people to throw.
Kyler
to.
Murray looks like he plays the Madden game in real life. What are we talking?
All right.
This guy.
Hey, you know what we got coming up right now?
Can he cut
We
when
got
there's
a little week 9.
Can he wait? We got to go to fantasy football. He wants to go there. We'll let him go.
Oh, I'm happy that I won. I just wanted to talk about the 2 records I think you set. One of which being having scored the most points in the league, and this week scoring the least amount of points ever scored in the league. 58, was it?
First to worst.
59. Can I get a round
It's
of applause?
58.
How does that
let me
even
get it. Let me
happen?
get it.
It's 58.
How do you
bro.
even do that?
I took Kenneth Gainwell thinking that he was going to be the stud running back, and it was
Yeah, but
actually
that's just
Boston
one
Scott
player.
and
What were the other 4 things that shit? the
Herbert and Williams. I'll tell you, it was a terrible week. That and Mark Andrews was all as I buy.
I'm looking at my
While you're
scores.
looking it up,
'Cause
I won. I have the best record in the league.
You have the best league, huh?
By myself. I'm sitting at the top.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
It's terrible.
I'm right there behind you. I was. I don't know what happened now.
You're an eternity behind me.
I jumped somebody in the rankings in our division, kicking them out of the playoffs and putting
Hi-yo.
myself in the playoffs. Thanks a lot, Nello.
I'm still ahead of you.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Nope, you're actually tied, and if the tiebreaker goes, he's got more points scored.
We're not done
Bingo.
yet. The season's not over yet. I just want to say that my matchup, Justin Jefferson should never just get 4 points in any game.
Coming off at
Four
lowest
receptions
score.
and 21 points. That's why I'm mad. James Robinson, you can't even run in garbage time. And then
boy.
the Patriots defense. I mean, shut down my boy Williams. And Gainwell didn't run the ball. Everybody else did though. Every other
Luck was just so bad.
every other running back touched the ball in Philadelphia, but Kenneth Gainwell. The 1 week that I started him.
Oh man!
And he had gotten touchdowns in a few games before. So
All right,
I was
well,
like, okay.
let's take our last break of the day. Then we're gonna do our picks for next week. Sound good?
Yep.
College rankings was bullshit. Dose.
You're the fucking most annoying motherfucker.
It's
I did
so
that.
crazy.
I did it on purpose.
no, you didn't.
I did too.
You just
There's
did
no way
it.
you
No, I
could've
did
known.
this one. I did this one on purpose.
All right. So let's get into this week for pro picks, baby. NFL.
This is one of those weeks that's going to be interesting.
It's going to separate some of us.
Muy interesante.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some opportunities. Always
First
with
and
Noah.
foremost, our beloved Buccaneers are going to have a bye week, and so will Washington, Seattle, and Detroit.
Yep. Which means we get to actually fully enjoy a football weekend and not be a little nervous
Yeah.
as it goes.
I was
All right. Jets versus Colts.
I don't trust Carson Wentz.
Colts all day.
We have
Colts.
3 of us on Colts
I don't trust Carson Wentz.
and Mr. Nello
No.
with the Jets.
You're just hoping they lose
if
so
the
you get your
Jets do
picks.
win off of the back of this backup, this kid, do you consider getting
Oh.
rid of Zach Wilson and keeping him playing if he
No.
balls out the rest of the year?
They just hired a personal coach of his to the coaching staff.
Okay.
Zach Will. There's no way. They've got second round money in this guy after less than a year.
Which is interesting in and of itself. Why did they have to hire him? Is he not cutting it?
Bingo.
Do they have some pretty serious issues?
Is
they're
it a
gonna
mental
deal with?
thing? Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming from BYU and he's going to New York City. That in alone is a climate culture shock, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
New York ain't Provo and Provo ain't New York.
Now, the Browns and Bengals. Let's talk about Mr. OBS throwing that shade.
I'm talking about
Odell Beckham Sr.
Baker Mayfield.
OBS talking about how OBJ is getting the short end of the stick.
The proof is in the pudding.
Several throws that he was wide open, and Baker just underthrew the shit out of him or overthrew him. It was terrible.
It's not me being crazy.
It definitely was not him by himself. He hired someone that knows what they're doing to piece all of that together and
Definitely
make that
production
work.
value behind
That was
video.
very good. I watched the whole thing.
It looked like one of those pregame things had the hit at him circled and then was pointing
Yeah.
out where he was going.
He got it all. That being said, Mr. Ryan over here took the Browns, whereas the rest of us took the Bengals.
Browns defense is good, but offense just isn't clicking.
I think that Bengals is rolling.
I got to say, though, I thought Nick Chubb was still out when I picked the Steelers last week. And then when he showed up on the sideline about shit my pants, I was like, oh, no, not Nick Chubb, because he's such a difference maker.
Those running backs
for
are
sure.
a big deal for that team, I agree. But if you're going to release a video like this at the deadline, then you're going to play on Sunday, it's going to be an interesting game between OBJ and Baker.
We'll see. That might stir up a little bit.
All right, who's
We'll
next?
see. Broncos, Cowboys. We all
In
took
Dallas.
the Cowboys.
This is the week
That
Dak
hurt
is
too.
back.
Yep. This is this should be a pretty easy thing. I mean, it should be a foregone conclusion, honestly. Texans and the Dolphins. We are split down the middle. Jack and Ryan going Dolphins. Me and Nello going Texans.
No, I think Miami's the better team.
Same.
I'm just not sold on them, man.
I just think Texas
Really
is
not.
playing freestyle football. If they win, they win. If they
They got
don't,
nothing to
well,
lose.
they got nothing to
Yep.
lose.
The Texans
That's
are
it.
trying to get down back to the top 5 picks.
Falcon Saints. I
Yeah.
said earlier, I love the Falcons. I don't know why. I'm the only one taking the Falcons.
How's the hand for Matt Ryan? He got stepped on last week.
I haven't seen anything that says he's going to have a problem.
Huh.
Is Taysom Hill back? Does it matter? Give me Trevor Siemian.
I mean, come on.
I have to agree. That Saints defense is just too overwhelming.
If
Defense
I
is
miss
really
on this,
good.
if I'm just buying into this Atlanta thing, I don't know why I do it. But
You have Cordell Patterson.
Patterson has now elevated that.
Yeah,
I already
yeah.
had it before.
Did you see it?
I don't know why, and I know
Elevated
I
it.
know Matt Ryan is a choke artist, but still, I don't know, man. I think if I'm wrong, it's because of the Saints defense. Saints defense shows up, they play. They have no problem.
The next question, fantasy wise, on this game is: what Falcons receiver do you pick up to replace Ridley?
None.
Not even Russell Gage. At that point, he becomes the number one.
No.
What? Some receivers got to catch the ball, and
Why do I need to pick from the bottom of the barrel?
Whoever's got Kyle
'Cause it's a waiver
or
wire at
not
this
Kyle
point.
Trask, whoever's got Pitts is done. They
not-
are good to go if that goes down.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You talk about the points he's going to rack up. Every red zone touchdown pretty much going to be him.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. All right, Raiders, Giants.
I
We all have the Raiders except for
No.
I like
Guess
the
who?
Giants. I like the
Okay.
Giants. I didn't think they played bad against the
They
Chiefs.
have shown some flashes.
you talk about that
these
defense.
last couple weeks.
The
Talk
defense,
about that defense.
defense is good. Bradbury's a really good corner. They're going to be missing Ruggs. There's no way Ruggs plays on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, can you talk about that
We'll see.
dumbass?
Yeah.
Bro, you make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Get a freaking Uber.
An Uber.
Yeah.
Or get a driver.
Yeah.
I bet you
And
the
Uber's
Raiders would
way
pay
cheaper.
for that.
Have a dude.
He's
on
a
payroll.
millionaire.
Yeah, they'll
He's
put
a
that in your
millionaire.
contract.
Uber's dangerous, but just get somebody to $400 for a Cadillac a night is nothing compared to what you just did.
Yeah.
Not just to yourself, but to the other people's families.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't. It's irresponsible. That's definitely not a good thing. It reminded me of Dante Stallworth because he was having an up-and-coming career with
Yeah, he was
the
coming
Saints,
back too, and then
doing really, really well. And he, unfortunately, was drunk and ran over an old man wherever he was living. I think it was out in Miami. And he came back after that. He actually got out of it. and paid the family or something, and then he played a couple of years after that.
They just have so much money. It's just a stupid decision.
Yeah.
It really is.
Just take the Uber.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Pats and Panthers. I'm the only one with the Panthers.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
Bill Belichick.
I think
And the fact that with
Sam Darnold.
good teams, Mac Jones is keeping them in the game. With same level or close teams, he's pushing them over to make them winners. He just beat Justin Herbert.
I mean, he just shut down Herbert.
Yeah.
Like, what's he going to do to P.J. Walker if Darnold doesn't come back from this concussion?
Exactly.
You know?
Bills, Jags. Let me think.
Mello's got the Jags.
What do you think?
No, I don't.
What
That's
do you
bullshit.
think?
I'm not that dumb.
How bad?
Are you
Hey,
sure?
it's in beautiful Jacksonville. The Bills players going to be like, yeah, we ain't got to wear sleeves.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how bad do you think it's going to be?
Josh Allen is going to come out and just like play a half and then just
35
enjoy
points.
the sun.
It's going to be nasty.
35 points.
This is one where you take the over all day and the Bills over if you do like to bet, for sure. Vikings, Ravens.
Are we split on this one?
No, we're consensus Ravens.
Yeah. I think
just-
Lamar
Kirk
Jackson
Cousins
is out
sucks.
to prove something
Yeah.
this week.
And I mean, the Vikings. I mean, it's all on Kirk Cousins.
In my world, I don't know what you see. Show me what you see that's different.
I'll show you. Chargers, Eagles. You're the only one that picked the Eagles. Surprise, surprise.
Let me tell you something. Herbert looks beatable. And
He
our
is
secondary
beatable.
is really good.
So does Jalen
Are they really
Hurts.
good, or they had a decent week against?
We're gonna win by
the
3.
Lions.
Philly wins by 3. Hey,
Is that a
Philly wins by
boast?
3.
Is that a boast that you win by a field goal?
Just saying. We're going to beat a really good team by 3 points.
Whoa, 3 whole points.
I said you're gonna lose.
The
by
only
more than 2
thing more
touchdowns.
valuable
nowhere
than an
they're gonna
extra
lose at
point or
home
a
again.
safety.
You're gonna lose by more than 2 touchdowns.
And I'm going to book that.
2-point conversion.
I'm booking the
Pack
win.
Chiefs.
You're booking the Eagles beating.
Yeah.
Another one.
BOOKED.
Please write that.
And when I am correct.
You will let us all know. We know.
I was right about Florida getting double-digit stomped, so let's go.
Sure. Packers, Chiefs.
This is
I
actually
took
really
the
hard.
pack.
Yep.
I took the
Pack.
Chiefs.
That guy right there. He was the lone man out with the Chiefs. I just don't see it.
They're
I don't see
crumbling.
it. Yeah, I know.
I get they got Melvin Ingram at the deadline, but I just don't think that's going to be like the make or break.
And
when that
he
deep-
just got to
Definitely-
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, definitely not game one. They're not. Yeah, and he was just there. Now he's coming over here. Definitely not.
What
first
made
game,
them
but-
want to trade him? That was crazy to me.
production or somebody who replaced him was playing better. Because like Melvin Ingram is a one trick pony, sacks. Like he's not really great in coverage anymore at this age, but at this point in his career. But if you need a sack somebody pressure, he's your guy.
Cards 49ers were split down the middle.
Kyler Murray's not going to play, and unless you can name me the Cardinals' backup, why are we having this discussion?
Because there's 22 guys, man.
Oh, is it that Carson Palmer guy?
No.
Oh.
He's on like his 5th knee. He's had so many knees.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
last-
he's torn both ACLs, one twice.
Yeah.
Poor guy, he's just coming apart. Yeah, so Ryan's the only one with the Chiefs. We're split down the middle on the 49ers. Me and Jack. I hate when Ryan picks against me in the NFL. He's just really good at it. He just always seems to come out on top, and so I hate it when we differ.
How do you replace the video game with Drew Stanton? Is he the backup? Someone.
see.
A big part of this, though, is he's smart. Titans, Rams. Who'd you pick, Ryan?
Rams.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows. They definitely have some major adjustments to
And
make.
they've got the steal of the century in Von Miller.
Yeah. And I bet you.
And the Broncos are paying his contract.
Yeah.
I bet he wouldn't take the Rams if Derrick Henry was there. Would you if Henry doesn't
I'm
get
not
injured?
100% sure I would take the Rams. I'd have to really mull that over a little bit.
I'd still go Rams.
I would.
got Jalen
I
Ramsey.
might end up doing that, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Jalen would be on.
Ooh,
AJ
Colt
Brown.
McCoy is going to
Still
come out
dead.
for the Cardinals. Colt McCoy.
He actually had a good preseason.
Yeah, okay. I'd love to see Colt McCoy move like Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Bears, Steelers. I ain't picking against Pittsburgh again.
Bears-
Yeah.
No.
It's in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh in a night game. Get out of here.
And the Bears look
Even
bad.
still, I can't do it anymore.
It's going to be a good setup lineup of games.
I do. Real quick, we have to talk about tonight.
Ooh, I was just going to say the same thing.
The Atlanta Braves
Oh, yes.
are taking on the
Houston Astros.
cheating Houston Astros. You
Oh,
always have to preface it with the cheating.
Yeah.
And I hope
Signal
so.
stealing.
Hey, let's go Braves.
This is a
Take
big
it,
game.
Take it
Atlanta
home right
does
here away.
Not want to go
take
to
it
7.
away. Suck all the fun out. Colin Robinson, that stadium. Suck all of that fun out of there and take it home tonight. That'd be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big game for them. They need
Yeah.
to win the night because going to 7 with the Astros is never good.
They got the pitcher for it tonight.
Yeah,
Do it.
Max Fried's on the mound. He's the guy I'd want at this point. But the World Series, they are knocking this ball out of his pocket. So pitching really hasn't mattered. It's all hitters.
Yeah, that's true. And I
Unless
got
you
to
pitch
see
well enough for them not to hit.
I got to see that grand slam a couple nights ago. That was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Something I didn't think I would see.
Hey, roll tide.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Rotate.
Oh, and your boy with the ball, 600 ball, he got robbed. Straight robbed.
What would you have asked for?
I would have sold $500,000. What you mean?
You don't know his